In a peaceful suburban neighborhood called Willowbrook, two siblings, Alex and Jamie, lived in a cozy house nestled among the trees. Despite their idyllic surroundings, a perpetual rivalry brewed between them. Alex, the older of the two, was known for their outgoing and adventurous spirit. They excelled in sports, always striving to be the best on the field or in the pool. Whether it was soccer, swimming, or even chess, Alex sought victory in every competition. Jamie, on the other hand, was the younger sibling and possessed a sharp intellect and creative flair. They immersed themselves in books, art, and academic pursuits, aiming to earn top marks and recognition in their own right. Their differing personalities and interests often led to clashes. Alex found Jamie's bookish pursuits boring, while Jamie thought Alex's athletic endeavors were pointless. The house was frequently filled with the sounds of their playful yet fierce arguments as they each tried to outdo the other. Despite the rivalry, there was an unspoken bond between the siblings, a deep-rooted connection that even their bickering couldn't sever. Little did they know that this rivalry would soon take an unexpected turn when they stumbled upon mysterious artifacts that would change their lives forever. One gloomy afternoon, while the wind whispered secrets through the attic windows of their grandparents' house, Alex and Jamie embarked on a curious adventure. They had always been drawn to the attic, a treasure trove of forgotten memories. As they explored the attic's hidden corners, their eyes fell upon a dusty, forgotten chest. Its wood was weathered, and cobwebs draped its sides like ethereal curtains. With a sense of anticipation, they carefully opened it. Inside, nestled among old books and trinkets, lay two extraordinary artifacts. The first was a radiant crystal amulet, its facets sparkling as though capturing the essence of starlight itself. It was clearly meant for Alex, whose adventurous spirit seemed mirrored in the amulet's brilliance. The second artifact was a stark contrast, an ancient tome bound in weathered leather, its pages yellowed with age. The words etched on its pages seemed to shift and transform, as though they held secrets from a distant time. It was undoubtedly meant for Jamie, who possessed an insatiable curiosity. As Alex picked up the amulet and Jamie cradled the tome, an astonishing phenomenon occurred. The amulet and the tome seemed to react to each other's presence. A faint, ephemeral glow enveloped the artifacts, and an unspoken connection formed between the two siblings. Little did they know that these mysterious artifacts would become the keys to unlocking extraordinary powers, but only if they could learn to work together. In the days that followed their discovery of the extraordinary artifacts, Alex and Jamie couldn't resist the temptation to experiment with their newfound possessions. The attic became their sanctuary, a place where the ordinary rules of the world seemed to bend and blur. Alex would gently touch the radiant crystal amulet, and an enchanting glow would emanate from its facets. It pulsed like a heartbeat, resonating with Alex's adventurous spirit. Meanwhile, Jamie delved into the ancient tome, their fingers tracing the incomprehensible glyphs etched on its pages. As they did, the words seemed to come to life, transforming into a language Jamie could suddenly understand. It was a revelation. The amulet and the tome weren't ordinary artifacts, they were the keys to unlocking extraordinary powers. Alex discovered that they could control the elements, summoning gusts of wind, cascades of water, and even flickering flames. Jamie, on the other hand, found themselves able to manipulate time, slowing it down to a crawl or speeding it up with a mere thought. However, there was a catch, a cosmic rule that bound their newfound abilities together. They soon realized that their powers were at their most potent when they worked in unison. The amulet's glow intensified when in proximity to the tome, and the tome's pages revealed deeper secrets when near the amulet. It was as though destiny had intertwined their powers, compelling them to cooperate like never before. But for Alex and Jamie, who had spent their lives as rivals, this newfound requirement for teamwork posed an unexpected and challenging twist to their extraordinary journey. Even with their incredible superpowers at their disposal, Alex and Jamie found it nearly impossible to set aside their rivalry. Instead of working together as an unstoppable team, they continued to see each other as competitors, each convinced that they could outdo the other. Their days were filled with contests of skill and daring challenges. They raced through the suburban streets, Alex summoning gusts of wind to speed their way, while Jamie manipulated time to move faster. They engaged in duels of wit and strategy, testing the limits of their newfound abilities. The town became their playground, and their sibling rivalry was the game. However, as they challenged each other, their attempts to use their powers separately often led to humorous and chaotic situations. Alex's attempts to create mesmerizing displays of elemental control sometimes went awry, causing unexpected rain showers or gusts of wind that ruffled the feathers of surprised pigeons. Meanwhile, Jamie's time manipulation experiments occasionally resulted in brief, localized time loops that left the neighborhood mailman in a state of bewilderment. Their antics became the talk of the town, and while some neighbors found their exploits amusing, others were growing concerned. It was clear that if they didn't learn to harness their powers together, these sibling superheroes might unintentionally create more problems than they solved. One day, a crisis strikes their quiet suburban neighborhood. A powerful storm is approaching, bringing with it destructive winds and torrential rain. Trees sway dangerously, and there's a risk of flooding in low-lying areas. The townsfolk are in danger, and they look to the sibling superheroes for help. Alex and Jamie realize that this is no time for their usual rivalry. They must set aside their differences and combine their powers to protect their town. Reluctantly, they stand side by side and focus their abilities on the looming storm. At first, their cooperation is clumsy and awkward. They bicker and argue even as they work to control the weather and protect their neighbors' homes from flooding. But as the storm rages on, they begin to see the potential of their powers when used in harmony. Slowly but surely, they learn to synchronize their actions. Alex summons gusts of wind to redirect the storm's path, while Jamie manipulates time to slow the raindrops, preventing a flood. It's not easy, and they still exchange frustrated glances, but they begin to realize that their powers are most effective when used collaboratively. The storm subsides, and the town is saved. Exhausted but victorious, Alex and Jamie share a moment of understanding. They've learned a valuable lesson. Teamwork is not just about getting along, it's about using their unique strengths to support each other and achieve common goals. From that day forward, their rivalry transforms into friendly competition, and they embrace their roles as a superpowered duo, ready to face any challenge that comes their way. With the successful resolution of the storm crisis, Alex and Jamie's relationship undergoes a significant transformation. They realize that their superpowers are a unique gift, and their duty is to use them for the greater good. The siblings embark on a series of adventures, putting their combined superpowers to good use. They become known as the dynamic duo in their neighborhood, responding to calls for help and tackling various challenges. They rescue a stranded cat from a tree, prevent a car accident by slowing time to a crawl, and even help their elderly neighbor find her lost keys by controlling the wind to reveal their location. Throughout these adventures, they begin to appreciate each other's strengths. Alex's amulet allows for remarkable control over the elements, while Jamie's time manipulation offers strategic advantages. They soon discover that their powers are most effective when they collaborate, and this realization strengthens their bond. Their sibling rivalry begins to shift into a friendly competition, albeit with a twist. Instead of trying to outdo each other, they compete to see who can devise the most creative and effective solutions to their superpowered challenges. Their friendly banter and humorous disagreements add an element of fun to their crime-fighting endeavors. As they continue their adventures, they come to realize that they're not just siblings with superpowers, they're a team with a unique dynamic that makes them stronger together. Their town comes to rely on them, and they eagerly embrace their roles as the dynamic duo, ready to face any challenge that comes their way with humor, teamwork, and a dash of friendly rivalry.